that Drow. Played really well, and he's had good performances with it since, so I trust Vici.
Alrighty, the Analyst versus the Casters. In this one then, B-Cop and Lacoste take it away for game number 2.
Thank you, Nomad. Coming in, game number 2, big one. Again, as it always is. I feel like every game is important. But yeah, this one for Vici could be the difference maker on whether or not they get into that top 4 at the end of the season. Taking a game off the, or taking a series off the top team, or one of the top teams. It would be very important.
Yeah, winning equals very important. I have to agree. Losing, not important. I mean, it's actually also important, but it's better if you win. At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah. I'm trying to structure my sentences a little bit better these days, I guess. Something a little less obvious than winning equals good. But yeah, Vici, if they win here, they would be tied for second with Aster at 4-1. So
I like what Vici Gaming is doing. They're running an aggressive tri-lane. They have 1, 2, 3 range heroes with a lot of base damage. Look at my boy Shaman, 74 with no stats. You have Witch Doctor, 58. Drow Ranger, 60. So it's gonna be tough. Seems like they know already what's cooking. They decided to put Juggernaut on the bottom lane. Like, Tidehunter is fine against most of the matchups. Against the Juggernaut, he might struggle a bit, like one stun into spin, he gets on top of you, but the good thing is you're gonna have lane closer to your tower, extra regen, extra armor, and if you just leave him alone, he gets a lot of strength per level, so you might not be able to actually kill him.
I'll have to see how that goes for the Tide. Old 11, at least for right now, is by himself, and now he loses that courier with the salve. They'll bring PYW towards the bottom lane, so they will no longer have that tri-lane action going on, as right now all they see is Borax, but finally XXS does show his face in the lane.
Shadowfin mid dropped very low. It was like 100 HP. Needs to bring some extra regen. Popping those mangoes. I believe it was White Album who actually played the exact same matchup on that Shadowfiend when the league started, and he really delivered. Like, he was going ham on that Shadowfiend. It's a Shadowfiend favorite matchup, but you know, making a 1 or 2 mistake could make a lot of difference. White Album has level 3, so 2 points in Spirit Siphon. Ori still struggling to get his level 3. There it is. He brought the 3 extra mangoes. He knows this matchup. He is a Shadowfiend player.
Yeah, it was actually week 2 up against Elephant when White Album played that Shadowfiend.
Yeah. Thank you for confirming that. For the viewers out there, he's not that smart. He checked the Wikipedia, opened up the page, but we gotta give him credit for actually finding that out.
Tried to keep my typing as quiet as possible.
Yeah, I know. I see you. B-Cup, I see you.
Definitely didn't tab out of the game to take a quick look, but
you know, it's what's happening when we're casting from home. Like, you're trying to make stuff happen, you can keep and then you open a Wikipedia page, shining light, white one, all over your face. Like, what's going on? How do you have so much light in the room at the moment? Well, that's how. So yeah, they're keeping 2 heroes on the top lane. What the Vici Gaming tried to do is go away from Enigma with the Drow Ranger, but Aster, they read it well, and now they're just going to keep it, possibly swap it in the next few minutes, because Drow Ranger needs levels, and with Enigma there, he's denying so much.
yeah, Erica at some point might want to end up going bottom, because Old 11, he's going down for First Blood, and Borax will get credit for that First Blood. Talked about the struggles of Tide, and, well, they show themselves already with First Blood being taken by Aster. Will say whenever I look things up at home, though, when I'm trying to like be sneaky like that,
Just mute your microphone?
No, I should though, because I have the loudest keyboard. I have brown keys, and they I think they're really loud. So you just hear me typing in Wikipedia and or Dota buff. I do sound smarter though, at times.
Yeah, sometimes you do. You really do sound smart. Mid lane, White Album.
Spirit Siphon on Ori, just giving a little bit of aggression, some chase.
The difference is, like, we can swap things around. in terms of CS, they're doing pretty much the same job. But if we swap the net worth, Shadowfiend has 1100, while Dead Prophet has 1500. Because that's a very important thing in this type of matchup, where Shadowfiend keeps bringing the region, which he's actually a lot of consumes, while Dead Prophet is not. Now both of them have a bottle.
And it looks like White Album will get the benefits of that first power rune, that invis. XSS has backed off the lane a little bit. DY coming in with a cast, trying to do what he can to maybe keep him occupied while Erica is farming up towards top. Like you said, the denying of experience, the denying of those creeps makes it difficult for the Drow. But at the moment, Erica's sitting top of the net worth.
Yeah, still doing a good job. They don't really pressure Drow Ranger with these two heroes, so Erica will still get the free farm. Problem is, like, you want to hit that level 6 to be able to go into the triangle, hit some Ancients. But yeah, those denies. Still, Witch Doctor doing a good job, staying out of the XP range most of the time, which is very important on just pulling the lane to the side, getting the XP for himself. Lanham in a bit of a trouble. Like, he has Carapace, but there's boots on Erica, so that should be a kill.
And it will be on the last shot, on the multi-shot there from Erica. The quicker you get this Drow to level 6, the quicker the activation is, and it feels like a Drow can really snowball out of control. Quick experience. Ooh, DY coming in. He doesn't have a lot of mana to play with. They'll bring over Borax, get the kill on Ori. Now look over at DY. He's come over just to D-die. And ooh, I say that, but he survives. Never mind. It was good when it lasted, and then he survived.
Unfortunately, White Album did not have enough mana to pop the ulti. There's still a bounty rune to work with, so that's gonna give him some extra mana. Borax, good rotation on the mid lane, no points in a phase shift at all. This is a killer build in position 4 Puck.
So, Borax going back to base, needs some health, needs some mana, and Ori shows up once again. But you do have level 6 for White Album. About to have 6 here for Ori. We'll see what he wants to do with this, as PYW will secure the double damage rune for him. You've got PYW and DY here. So if they can make a move potentially on this Death Prophet, both teams have 3 heroes near the mid.
6 mid, please. 3 versus 3, let's go. Shadowfiend, level 5 still, while Dead Prophet 6.5. So there's a huge difference. Shadowfiend puts another point in Necromastery. Sometimes we see Shadowfiends putting a point in Requiem just to be able to, like, deal with the possible rotations, and it's much easier to land the raises.
Ooh, they're
Top
actually
lane,
going
they're
after
wrapping
Erica.
around.
Yeah, they've got both supports here. They'll take away the trees. You can't hide in trees that don't exist. They've got the silence. They'll have the stun from the impale from Lanham. Erica trying to survive. Hex, he's going to get away.
Now he's tanky. 2 raid bands, strength treads, 8 a tango straight away.
7 armor. That works out really well, because that's more and more space being built here. You know, Tide 1v1 on Monet. Tide can use this time to really kind of catch up in farm. He's caught up to the 2nd position here. And that's after giving up First Blood. Those supports also going towards top. That means Shadowfiend's lane is a little bit more comfortable. He's not going to die solo to White Album, most likely.
Alright, so I see power treads queued up by Shadowfiend. That means we're not going to see a Yule Scepter. It's a, like, power treads straight into BKB build against, like, Nyx, Puck. They still have, like, a ton of damage going through the BKB. Like Black Hole, they have Nyx Assassin Vendetta, which deals pure damage, Exorcism, Omni Slash. Because usually you don't build power treads on Magic Shadowfiend.
Right. So Ori, that double damage ends up popping. He's hit level 7. You do have 7 here for Tide, but he hasn't skilled up Ravage at all.
Yeah, because you can't miss Ravage if you don't have one. Like, sorry guys, I need to farm. I love that, actually. You know, I can't rotate, I don't have a Ravage.
It's on cooldown, guys. Don't look. I swear. I'm such a big fan of damage Tide too. I know it's not happening here, but I don't know if you've played a couple games as Damage Tide, or I've watched a couple games where like Black has played Damage Tide.
It's a possibility, you know, later on, but you want to get more out of the Tide, use his...
Malphus, Impale, Ori coming over, Monet.
No point in Ravage.
Blade
They don't know
Fury,
that.
PYW.
They don't know that.
Oh, he turns! He's got him!
PYW, man, what a player. Actually uses a shackle.
Uh-oh.
Catches him.
Hex?
Now the Hex.
Wow, PYW, that's a lot of confidence. DY does die over mid, but he turns with 40 health. I mean, that's one right click. And he gets the shackle.
Now Draw Ranger TP to the bottom lane. Try to make stuff happen, help the team. Problem is mid lane is getting pressured quite a lot. Shadowfiend has the treads, has 20 Necromastery. Someone will refill his bottle. Shadowfiend is the type of hero that does not like to play from behind. Like he needs to be able to snowball. 11 needs 1 CS for that Ravage.
Now he's gonna take a Kraken Shell level 3. No Ravage.
Take stats.
Spike Carapace with an Impale from Lanham. Nothing more, but now they've got the silence on to Tide.
Is he actually going for it? Man, Borax just used Orb, picked up that Bounty Rune in front of their noses.
And he's not gonna... I want to say he's not gonna pay for this, but there's the jaunt, there's the cask. Bounces over,
Of course,
back
cask.
over,
I
unlucky.
feel like, you know, they did something with the cask that now it prioritizes heroes, and it's not even written in the like changes or anything. Because I played against the Witch Doctor the other day. Could be biased because it was bouncing on me, but still, you know, still feels like they changed something. Drow Ranger on top of the net worth, going into that Dragon Lance, pretty standard stuff. Nyx Assassin is only level 4. He's trying to make get something happen on the top. Bought a book for himself that's gonna give him level 5.5. But remember, Nyx Assassin does not have a break mechanic anymore, so they can't break Tide, they can't break Drow Ranger, which is a pretty big deal.
I just want to say I was joking when I said he'd take level 3 in Kraken Shell.
He actually did not take it.
He did take it though. He's level 9.
He did not take Ravage.
Serpent Wards committed up towards top. White Album comes in. These are Serpent Wards that will be cleaned up very quickly.
Let's see if he's denying the wards. Not really. Just wants to pump in some damage on the tower. Imagine Old 11 not having Ravage, but having a Blink Dagger. Blinks in and just anchor smashes.
His team's just yelling Ravage?
Yeah, it's one of those old Dota memes. You know, buys Aghanim Scepter, doesn't skill ult type of a thing.
I might try this in my next game.
I mean, on level 10, you need to get, I don't know why you would not get the Ravage. There it is. Easy clap.
He takes the mana regen talent. The enthusiasm on your clap, I'm a big fan of. And he's almost got Blink. Like, he's just been here farming. He's stacked for himself a couple times inside the jungle.
Was he actually saving a point? I didn't even see. I didn't do the math.
Yeah, he was saving a point.
He was saving a point?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants his team to look over and be like, why don't you have Ravage still? And then he can pop it at the last minute. You know, get the point, play it up, go for it, do his thing. Maelstrom picked up here for Jug, going into the Boots of Travel next. Monet is trying to farm up as best he can right now, while Drow goes into the Manta after picking up 3 Wraith Bands and a Dragon Lance.
Different builds on Juggernaut all over the regions. We've seen some Battle Furies, we've seen some Hand of Midas into Boots of Travel to be able to just TP out. I think Boots of Travel is really good here because they have no BKB piercing abilities, so you get a lot from that, being able to split push, get the most out of the map. And for me, Battle Fury Jug just doesn't feel great. It's too slow.
Lanham under the tower, just trying to defend the tier 1. Maybe get something off like a Spike Carapace on the Anchor Smash, but he's not going to find anything and nobody's TPing in anyway. So they give up the tier 1. Vici will back up. We take a look over
Borax
Monet.
has a ton of farm as a position for Puck. Blink Dagger, earn. 13 minutes in, not too bad. Because Enigma was most of the time just you know, jungling, and he was making some rotations. He's been involved in 2 kills. Not too many kills, but also got the 2 last hits. They got 2 towers. This is where the gold is coming from.
Actually, both supports are ahead of the supports of Vici. They really don't have anything between the two of them, which is a bit of a surprise. When you're looking at Shadow Shaman runs Arcane Boots, he gets caught here. 3 heroes on to PYW. They get the kill on the Shadow Shaman. I guess this is leaving gold available for the cores on the side of Vici. Where Blink Dagger is now picked up by Old 11. He'll TP bottom. The courier will ship out that Blink. And you want Yasha BKB for the Shadow Fiend. So that's so far isn't like that Yule's Requiem style Shadow Fiend that I think we saw White Album do with the Arcane Blink.
It's an old school SF where you relying on the right clicks more. I guess the reason why is because he has this Drow Ranger aura. Not aura, but yeah, marksmanship.
So we'll see how much damage this SF can do coming into the midpoint of this game, because it does look like Aster have the sense of wanting to fight, right? If they've picked up this Maelstrom on Jug, they want him to get involved a little bit more.
Fortune's changed.
KB next for the Death Prophet. And Enigma, who is the offlaner, has Necro 1, Arcane Boots going Midas, Blink, Aetherlands.
I don't think that's the build, you know, it's just too much stuff for Enigma. I'm also fine with Hand of Midas, considering that this game is not, you know, no one is fighting, so everyone's just farming and once. But we've seen Aetherlands from position 4 Enigma, which is really good. You need a BKB. They have nothing that goes through Magic Community. There is no reason not to buy a BKB this game. Like, you buy Blink BKB, it's a game-winning item build. Shadow Shaman drops the wards.
And they've got the Shackle, but the silence comes in. Borax trying to get out with the Illusory Orb. Lanham dead to Erica over mid. That's a good kill there for the Drow. And they'll continue to push in on the tier 1 mid.
They could have gotten a kill on top if 11 uses Ravage. 16 minutes, no Ravage used. I think it's fine to just pop it on that position for Puck. He's decently farmed. You will get a decent amount of gold, and yeah.
Oh, Requiem, Fear, Raise, and there's another one for Borax. Ori getting the kill. So puts together with the first Requiem to at least find a Puck. They do take the tier 1 mid. So Vici's starting to take over the Dire side of the map.
Oh, they're making a move on bottom. Monet gets hexed. Shackle is only level 1, but the hex is maxed out. Where's the follow-up? Silence.
They need the cast to follow this up, and the ulti from the Witch Doctor. They get just that. The Maledict, is it going to be there? Ooh, spin, and in the base,
he dies
the
in the base.
there.
Yeah, needed to probably buy maybe like 2 Fairy Fires to be able to live. It was a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Maybe like a Raindrop, possibly 1 Fairy Fire could potentially save him. But nicely done. I thought that they don't have any BKB piercing abilities. That's why I would love Shaman to get some farm priority. Right now he's at the bottom actually. Once he gets that Lens BKB, Lens Blink, you can't really split push. Like, there's always a threat of someone blinking in, follow up.
Ooh, Lanham right on old 11. Looking for the stun, can't line it up. That Maledict did a lot of damage, by the way. Level 4 on that Maledict, like, I don't know if even the Fairy Fires would have been enough to save him. Granted, he was in the base, so maybe there's potential there. They did just use Dream Coil to try and get that kill, but not lucky enough to find it. Old 11, he might get jumped here up towards top as Lanham and White Album are looking, but not going to play it aggressively. You've got Old 11 who, he's going for the Arcane Blink.
That's something that we see quite a lot when Tidehunter is picked up, like either a Hood into Arcane or just straight into Arcane. Philosopher's Stone, drop for Aster. You really want to have that item in this slow type of a game. Maybe Lanham picks it up, maybe even Enigma, because, you know, you just benefit quite a lot. You're not farming with the hero, you're actually farming with the Eidolons. So potentially even more gold coming towards Enigma.
especially with the build-up that he wanted with the Blink and the Aether Lens, which
I just don't want to see this Aether Lens. It's just too much gold. Like, why not get BKB? And if you want an Aether Lens so bad, just get it after.
Well, he's already got it, and now Midas is off cooldown. We'll wait for him to use it. There it is, as they smoke up and try to make a move into the Vici jungle. They need to be careful. Old 11 does have this Blink Dagger. If they don't spot him immediately, he could pop out and Ravage. But they just miss each other as DY shows mid, and the rest of the team is off the map.
Big team fight ultis. Don't take fight equals profit.
Nature's Prophet?
Not just profit in general. Hit the jungle creeps, hit the lane creeps. Even White Album on that profit decided to get the Boots of Travel BKB. I love this. Like Vici Gaming, you do not want to come and take a fight. Well, we'll possibly, force you into a fight inside the Roche pit. Yeah, we can see the power of Shadow Fiend. Look at those right clicks. Power treads with the marksmanship. A lot of agility.
Yeah, quick damage, quick Roche, quick Aegis, and Shadow Fiend just about has that BKB. Now with the Force Staff for Tidehunter, has multiple ways in and out of the fight. Going for the Arcane Blink next. Obviously, that's going to cost him a lot of gold to get there. We'll see how much gold he's allowed to get around the map. As you see, Shadow Fiend, of course, farming quite a bit with the Drow of Erica. So he needs to find an area where he feels comfortable just farming away.
It's been a while since I saw right-click Shadow Fiend. In pubs, 99% of the time, it's just this Yule's Swift Blink, Arcane Blink. I don't know why I think it's always called a Swift Blink, because, you use your abilities more swiftly.
Maybe. I might have to change the names, make it easier. Serpent Wards again committed up towards top. White Album trying to take care of them from a distance. Tide is coming over, so they know where White Album is, and they know where Lanham is. They ping him out. Question is, do they want to make this
Old
jump?
11 ready
There
to
it
jump.
is. There's the Blink. Ravage comes in, hits on a 2. They've got the Hex. They'll have the kill immediately on the White Album. That confirms the Tier 2 top.
Finally, they drop the Ravage. Tier 1. Tier 2 tower on the bottom. 11 TPs in. Will stop the push.
He doesn't have Ravage for this, but he did stop it. Dream Coil committed. Monet coming over. And the Black Hole and the Omni Slash.
Oh, they want him bad. They want him real bad there.
Whoa, that's a lot of high cooldowns used for the Tidehunter, who had already blown Ravage. If you're Vici, and you know this, the map gets a lot easier to feel comfortable on.
And they already took the Roche. They took a Tier 2 tower on the top lane, so I don't think they can get much out of the map right now. Possibly get the Tier 1 tower on the bottom lane, because they feel much secure playing without that Omni Slash, without Black Hole on Enigma. They don't even have a hero that, just builds Abyssal Blade, because they have 2 range carry heroes on Vici. I'm just thinking about how they're going to stop the threat of a BKB Black Hole.
Maybe they get in before the BKB goes off with a Blink Ravage, with the Arcane Blink.
It's a possibility, but they need to have superior vision, or they need to, kill 2 heroes and then deal with the Black Hole. Maybe if 2 heroes are sucked into Black Hole, still gonna be able to put up a fight. These Boots of Travel, Aster says, we're not gonna fight. They have a puck with the Blink Dagger, working towards that Aghanim Scepter, so that's gonna be a great setup for the Black Hole. You don't necessarily even need a Black Hole, just puck Ags, coil into Midnight Pulse is ton of damage.
And they're looking for the puck Ags, like you said, so the control will certainly be there. Dust, Maledict, and the kill. Borax blinking away.
This is the build that Lanham went the other day of all.
Ooh, they might spot
Vulcan
this
Blade
Death Prophet Courier.
into Aghanim Scepter on position 5 Nyx Assassin. My boy just wants to scale. But that time he had Philosopher's Stone. For now, Puck is holding it to be able to get that Aghanim Scepter faster. There's still a minute and 20 seconds left of that Aegis, so this seems like it's gonna be another Tier 2 tower. Shadow Fiend level. Okay, I talked about not having a BKB piercing ability. I love that. Thinking outside of the box, going for the Abyssal Blade on Shadow Fiend. And this way you can deal with the split push coming out from the Juggernaut. I actually really love that. If it's a pub game, then it's an Overwatch
Coil.
case.
That comes in, and they've got the Omni Slash bouncing around with BKB being popped here by Ori. They'll get the kill into DY, but that's it. BKB keeping Shadow Fiend
Just
strong.
right-clicker.
Yeah, White Album trying to get a kill here on Erica, but it's only the Aegis.
They have no BKBs. Black Hole is up in 15 seconds. Ravage was ready. Like, this is the problem that they have, not being able to deal with the BKBs. There's one BKB, Enigma building, of course. One Juggernaut with the spin.
So Vici not really getting the better of that fight. They were kind of spectating as Aster used their abilities, because obviously, you know, spin and the BKB, they couldn't keep up. And they're going to have another BKB soon on this Enigma. So Shadow Fiend does want the Abyssal. You've almost got the Mystic Staff part of this Arcane Blink for Tide.
It's an expensive item.
Yeah, it's very
It
expensive.
takes a lot of time to build it. Lanham is like, Buck, can you get that Aghanim Scepter and I land the Philosopher's Stone from you so I can also get that Ags? Lanham scouting things out.
Wonder if, yeah, they know the bounty rune was taken. They just aren't able to dust. They throw down a sentry and they won't find this Nyx Assassin. So they don't spot him. Meanwhile, moving bottom, Enigma and Death Prophet, White Album. He's here with XXS, who, like we said, working on the BKB, using these Eidolons to push out, trying to secure this tier 2 that only has 450 health left on it. So let him throw in some sentries. They've kind of grouped up top. They will take this outpost and try and hold it for the next 4 minutes.
Next Roche may respawn in 2 minutes. Gem bought by Witch Doctor. They want to get rid of some vision. They don't have any vision placed in the enemy jungle. At least Aster doesn't. Most of their vision is concentrated around their jungle and one river ward. Now they put some.
Now they finally put some vision down there. Regen picked up by Old 11, who sits about 1,000 gold away from this Arcane Blink. Like we said, Ori wanted the Basher, so he's 100 gold from finishing that off. And, well, then I'll have to work towards the Abyssal, of course. Things slowing down once that Aegis was used by Vici. They haven't exactly played aggressive at all. They've been pretty conservative about their movements, continuing to farm up as best they can. Meanwhile, Aster, they're okay with that. They just about picked up the Ags on multiple heroes. They've got the Ags on Puck, and they want the Ags on the Nyx Assassin. Jug almost has his. No Alchemist in this game, but the Ags are certainly getting picked up for Aster, like there is one.
Yeah, Lanham is just scouting things out. Both teams just feel they have a much superior late game. They're waiting for Roshan, possibly. The problem is this Enigma. Like, Enigma has been always a counter to the Tidehunter. You can't crack that off. Black Hole doesn't care about your status resistance either. So Lanham will give his life one more time for the benefit of his own team.
Yeah, they had themselves the ward that spotted that smoke. Lanham just sitting a little bit too aggressively, gets caught and ends up dying. It's a pick off for Vici, but honestly, that smoke could have been a lot more for them. But ultimately ends up just getting a 5-position Nyx Assassin. Both teams conservative. We'll see who jumps first, if it's just going to be a fight at the Roche pit. 1:30 until that's up. 28 minutes into the game, we only have about a half kill a minute here.
Yeah, this game has been real slow. Everyone is just farming. Shadowfin finds Enchanted Quiver, even more damage, even more range. Cloak of Flames by Aster. Who do you even give it to? That Prophet holding it for now. Some magic resistance, some armor. AoE is not too big.
And now,
Dire are scanning.
We've got tied with the Arcane Blink.
Finally done.
Yeah, finally done, finally finished, finally ready to throw out a quick Ravage if he can. Smoke breaks. Gush and the Blink forward. They've got the Hex onto the Nyx Assassin. Cass comes in with the Ether Shock from PYW to finish him off. So again, they find the Nyx Assassin. Nothing really of substance there for...
Nothing really of value lost.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with that. Nothing really of value lost by Aster at all.
So Tidehunter actually passed by the ward. Didn't see it. They have 2 observer wards very close. One another. They find one, but that's all they found. Roshan will spawn.
And they're going to smoke on Aster.
In a second. Come on, come on.
And Exorcism. Dream Coil come through on a 2. They've got the Silence. They're going to run out of the Dream Coil. Omni Slash used. Old 11 and DY already dead. They don't have buyback available on the Tidehunter either, but they find the Shackle on a Borax with the Malefice, followed up on a PYW. Roche hitting away at this Shadow Shaman. They'll use the Requiem. Yeah, it's not really for damage, and it doesn't keep PYW alive. So Cask being thrown, bouncing up to the neutrals. That's unfortunate. DY
Slash,
dead
that's a
again.
dieback.
Yeah, he just bought back, and now they're going to find the Shadow Fiend. Black Hole committed, and Aster, they get everybody. They don't lose anything off of this. They didn't have buyback available on the Tide. He had bought out on the Arcane Blink. This
Didn't get the Ravage off, so this is a free Roche for Vici Gaming. They also killed 5 heroes. Witch Doctor is not going to have an item for him for a very long time. Just died back in that fight. So it's very hard for Vici Gaming to approach a team fight. They have so many problems that they are being thrown at them. Like Juggernaut working towards the Basher, has Swift Slash, has Omni Slash, so the Shadow Fiend can't really use ulti effectively. Him going for that Abyssal Blade, that's one way to deal with the Spin TP, Enigma's BKB Black Hole, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. They needed to do more with the Drow Ranger early on, I feel like.
It seems like they might have missed a bit of a timing here. I will say we've seen it time and time again where Drow holds the high ground really well. Especially, we've seen a couple times with that Shard, that Hypothermia stacking, which has been disgusting at times.
Yeah, we've seen it once. Because she had a good, not sure which game that was, you can check on Wikipedia, we don't mind. You know, holding the high ground is something that the Drow Ranger is really good at.
They spot Lanham, and they've got the Silence Hex and the damage, but again, this is just Nyx Assassin.
Problem is
down.
they also lost the gem. Puck picked it up from the previous fight, and now that Aghanim Scepter is done, even Puck is going into Boots of Travel. I don't think it's really needed. They have 2 Boots of Travel, so they can deal with any kind of split push that is thrown at them.
Illusion.
I feel like investing into Eon Disc would be a much better option against that Blink Initiation, so that you have, because usually you don't have time to react to it because of the Swift Blink, Arcane Blink, and then just the instant initiation coming up from the Hex on top of that. He buys a Shard for now, okay. That's first step of not getting the Boots of Travel.
Yeah. Getting that Shard, and I mean the Shard, I kind of like it. I definitely like the knockback.
Knockback is good. Being able to break the coil. They don't need the true sight coming from it because they already have a gem, but if they lose the gem, you get a lot of value from it.
Yeah, for sure. If they do lose that gem, maybe a little bit better there for Vici overall, because they were the ones who invested in it, hoping that they could use that to maybe open up the map a little bit more for them after they had taken these towers and wanted to take away the vision from Aster. Fortunately, now they've given that gem over, so things not as easy for them to pull off anymore. A little bit difficult for them, and We'll have to see how they approach this because they're down by quite a bit.
Dire are scanning.
You know, that lead up at 14K, finally they get that Abyssal Blade, but man, that does not feel like a confident situation to even
It definitely
be in.
does not. They're shut down completely inside the base, just farming whatever comes to their tier 3 towers. And finally, Lanham gets the hands on the Philosopher's Stone as a younger brother of a Puck in this game, you know. He got tired of playing with his toy. You can have it. He outgrew it. And now he can finally farm his Aghanim Scepter.
So he really would love to have that Ags. We'll see if he gets it. If so, how quickly? Ghost Scepter for the Tide, feeling very uncomfortable going up against this lineup.
Against that Prophet, against the Omni Slash, Quick Slash, I understand it.
It was Erica who had that Ags and Ags Shard last time with that Drow. Totally didn't look that up at all.
Me, I know how to enter.
Dream Coil comes in, and ooh, now they're going to go after them as BKB's been popped by White Album. Black Hole right on to Erica, but there's the Abyssal Blade used as well as the Requiem down on XSS. They get the kill on Erica. They look over at XSS. They
There's
get
the
the
Ravage.
kill. The Ravage comes out. White Album gone. Shackle out of the Chug. The full duration. Can they kill Monet? Not yet. Swift Slash comes the other way, and they're going to go for this Shadow Feed to get the kill on the Ori.
Yeah, that was a decent fight for Vici Gaming, you know, fighting into that Aegis, which is gone in 22 seconds. Another good initiation.
Yeah, they'll look over, get Lanham shackled up, but Borax is here. I don't know if he wants to be here anymore. Hex and Shackle on cooldown. No buyback on any hero that has died recently. But still a 15K lead for Aster. As it's only 14-13, we can see the power of the Ravage, though. The damage coming in with the Abyssal Blade used by that Shadow Fiend. There is definitely potential in that build to stop that black hole. It almost kept Erica alive.
Tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
this is pretty much the only way they can deal with that. I expect Enigma to buy a Lincoln Sphere, and then he will be safe. He got the level 20, idle on damage, has that Hand of Midas, Octarine to work with, lower the cooldown, so that gold is going to come out more quickly. Enigma already queues up what he's going for next. That Lincoln Sphere into Refresher.
Lanham looking to be that mobile ward. He's almost got that Ags. Thanks to that Philosopher's Stone. Rub those hands together. White Album going and, well, has that Aeon Disc, just needs to assemble it if needed. Also has Cheese. Did die in that last fight, so we'll see. As XSS coming over with Lanham and White Album. They also have themselves a fourth. Monet's here. Oh, Yule's into the air. Midnight Pulse into the black hole immediately. Swift Slash, Blade Fury with the stun. Lanham gets the kill. Look over at DY. Try to chase him out of the high ground, but the Hex from
Buyback
a
is
distance.
available with the Ravage.
They need to be careful about how deep they want to go in for this, but they get the Crypt Swarm. They'll get the kill on a DY. Serpent Wards from the Shackle. And now back over is Ori. Tidehunter buys back. Unable to really close the gap, or can he? Blink Ravage, damaging on the Lanham, and they'll get the kill on a 1. Now Swift Slash, Blade Fury, now the Abyssal Blade coming out, but the Dream Core is going to land on the 2. Looking for the Requiem that does hit on the White Album, but the Aeon Disc gets popped, and he'll eat the cheese. So you look over as Monet, he drops, so does XSS. The damage coming in from this Drow is so much.
It's insane amount of damage because she pierces through the base armor, and the Shadow Fiend Aura, who actually hit level 25, didn't go for the Aura armor, but still, it's a lot of minus armor overall. If Drow Ranger is able to sit on the high ground or just be untouched in the back lines, they can still, you know, win fights. Problem is, Tidehunter was forced to use a buyback there, so that's kind of a big deal. They definitely need Tidehunter to be able to use the Ravage. Both teams find Spell Prism, the best tier 4 item in the game. Dead Prophet holding 1, of course. She has Aeon Disc to work with, so like even if she gets jumped, you still can get all your spells off, so there's no way of actually killing that prophet in the fight. I don't think anyone buys also Nullifier in this game, so it's really a rough one. Like, you can't get it from your supports, a mid laner, a Shadow Fiend wants to get more damage, same goes for the Drow Ranger, a bit more mobility, going for that Hurricane Pike.
Right. I wonder at what point maybe we do see that Ags Shard combo for Erica. I know last time he did that, that was a really late game build for him. I do remember being surprised at how much he had at that point in the game.
They give a Spell Prism to Tide to lower the cooldown on the Ravage, and he is getting closer to level 25. Like, once you get that CDR on top of the Arcane Blink, once he blinks in, Spell Prism, you're free to do the math if you want, B-Cop. I'll just sit here and laugh.
Dire are scanning.
All right, 20%. Carry the 1.
I can keep talking, or I can just be silent if you need to focus.
I'm gonna guess.
No, you can't guess. Like, you need to give me exact number. It's not like between 60 and 180.
No, I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna guess like a solid number, like 92.
92? Okay.
We'll see. God, there's so many things that lower the cooldown. That was a little bit rough. They'll get themselves the Aegis. So that is a refresher shard for them. And that is 2 potential Ravages. Can you do the math on that one?
So yeah, that's a good one. It's much better, I think, than if they got the Aghanim Scepter. Problem is, Tidehunter bought back, but I really like how he itemized right after that, going into Eon Disc, which means that he will get the Ravage off. Like, they cannot control him.
I have a dumb question.
As always,
Because
shoot it.
well, obviously Arcane Blink, it lasts for 6 seconds. You Arcane Blink, Ravage, quickly get the shard off,
And then Arcane
Ravage again, or yeah, Arcane Blink again. Do the Arcane Blink
I don't think it
effectiveness
does. I don't think it
stack?
does.
Can we do the math on that? Somebody with a calculator, please. Give me some math. Ravage ends up being like a 20-second cooldown.
Did he buy? Yes, he did. He bought that book. Like, everyone has a CDR for some reason. Like, Drow Ranger, level 25, 30%. Shadow Fiend, you know, here's the 30% for you. Tidehunters, guys, but I want to join the club. Like, best we can do is 20.
But I think I'm worth 30%. Yeah, best we can do is 20.
Thank God he didn't go into pawn shop. Like, yeah, best we can do is 0.6.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm going to get my cooldown reduction expert in here.
Radiant structures
Meanwhile, it's
are
the same
fortified.
guy who was like the astrophysicist in the last episode. How is this possible? Shadow Fiend level 26 going into the Daedalus like we've said. And didn't Erica have a Daedalus queued up after the Hurricane Pike?
He has 3,000 gold. We'll see what he decides to go for. You said it. You know, we've seen from him going into that Aghanim Scepter, Aghanim Shard, Hypothermia, and the Marksmanship, and the bounce coming out from the arrows.
I saw you go to Wikipedia for that one.
No, I can see it in the game. I don't have to open up anything. And I also know that now I know most of the shards. Like, still don't know 100% of them. Still get surprised. Like, wow, what is that?
The interactions are still what get me, especially that Bat Rider one from the other day.
Oh yeah, it was a cool one. Or you can use it on the LI. All right, he's blinking in.
There's the blink as well as the
Oh,
Ravage. That's only
no,
going to come through and
it's
hit
the
on
cape.
Monet.
It's the Cape Enigma.
Ooh, God, only catches the Cape Enigma and the Jug, but the Jug able to Blade Fury. They've got the Dream Coil down. They get the Coil to DY, who's going to buy back into this fight. Now, and this pop. Black Hole comes in. That's out of the Drow, but they've got themselves the Requiem. Do they have the damage to get the Coil to Monet? Yes, they do, but they've traded off Erica. They look over at XSS, who has the Lincolns placed on him, trying to keep him alive.
He's going in with the
Flicker
second Ravage.
With the ult. There's the Ravage coming through onto all these heroes. Can they get the kill on a more than just XSS as well as Monet? Because Monet bought back into the fight.
They
They've
don't
got the
see
Hex on
Lanham.
as well as the Maledict. There's the Shackle with the Serpent Wards coming through. They've got the Swift Slash bouncing around, and now the Omni Slash going through, but he's used that Ghost
He's still
Scepter.
chasing him.
And he's surviving, but the Blade Fury finally finishes him off. They've got the Silence down onto Ori. They look over at the Death Prophet, who's caught and killed. White Album gone for 100 seconds. They'll disengage on Aster and Vici. Well, they lose this Witch Doctor. He buys back, and then they don't have buyback available on the Tide, who did get both Ravages off.
One
And
Ravage
they did
was
buyback on Erica.
big bait from Enigma there. He is holding the Illusion Escape. He saw the opportunity, jumped in, Lanham, hiding underground.
That Ghost Scepter was clutch, too.
Oh, it was. It really
Soaking
was.
up the
And
Omni.
like the second day on this, also
Ooh,
proc.
great Dream Coil, but the Waning Rift doesn't push him out. And bash.
They get him. There's
They got
also
the
Gem.
bash.
He knows. DY will pick it up instantly. Now they can see next assassin. Lanham needs to run.
Uh-oh, he's been caught. They've got the Shackle. They have
That's
the
a
damage,
buyback
of
from
course.
Lanham. That's pretty big.
Dire's middle
They
tower is under
only have Monet here.
Dire's middle
They have no buybacks. They catch him. He does not
He
have a
doesn't have buyback
buyback. Yeah,
either.
that's game. They're gonna go for tier 4 towers. Man,
That's it,
what an
GG.
execution from Vici Gaming.
I can't believe it. He just finished it like that.
That was such a big play. Like those CDRs kicking in, clutch Ravage.
Yeah.
And you know what's one of the strongest heroes in Dota, especially when he's not touched? It's the Shadow Shaman with the Shard. Like he was controlling pretty much everyone in that fight. You know,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
the multiple hexes. And I love the itemization, getting also a couple of Eon discs on their side to keep them alive. Great itemization from Shadow Fiend to be able to deal with you know, some of these BKBs or just spin from the Juggernaut. The third item, Abyssal Blade. Nice one.
Yeah,
Love
really
it.
well done. Vici, they come in strong after the break. They take the series 2-0 over the one of the top teams, Aster, who they're now tied with in second place. To break down the series, to break down game 2, over to you, panel.
What just happened? Unbelievable stuff from Vici Gaming. I mean, that